you may hear all the time, so many jobs we do now won't exist in the very near future. What does that mean for education? Some students are not only getting ready to embrace the future world, I think they're looking to create it.
I look forward to being able to interface the human body with engineering and robotic technology. So like nanobots to go into a bloodstream or something like that.
Hopefully there's some kind of cleaner robots, because no one likes cleaning. People usually go, I'm in a basketball team or I do dancing or something, but it's not every day they get to go, I'm part of a robotics team.
No, not many at all. But here's a young Tasmanian who can. Mitch Torok is a local student who travelled to Sydney on the weekend to compete in the first robotics competition. His proud dad, Rob, is here as well. It does run in the family. He's a science and robotics teacher at Claremont as well. Hello to you both.
Hi.
Hey, Mitch, what did you create in this competition?
Well, we simply had to build a robot that would go through a series of tasks to hopefully win us a competition.
What sort of tasks?
Well, what you had to do was your robot would cross the fences, shoot boulders into, like foam balls, into the opponent's goal, and then try to scale that tower and capture that tower.
And where do you get the materials and figure out how to program it to do all that stuff?
Well, when you sign up for the competition, you're signing up for a kit of parts and also the entry into the competition. The kit of parts will give you a basic drive base, which is the wheels for your robot and the frame. But from there, you have to build the rest yourself.
Is it true your creation had the best statistics of any robot on the day?
That's what some of the websites show, yes.
Ooh, does that mean it accomplished the tasks the best?
Yeah, so for instance, we had the highest. Our robot was mainly shooting balls into the goals, and we ranked the highest on shooting balls. So yeah, we shot the most balls and scored the most points through that.
And how differently do you relate to your parent now that you've experienced being a robot parent?
It's kind of bittersweet to see the robot get hurt. Because sometimes our driver just runs it into a wall accidentally when he can't see across the other side of the field. And I mean, yeah, it'll be fine, but we know that. Kind of just, yeah.
That was a truly beautiful answer. Rob Torok, and I guess how differently you're relating to your son, seeing him going into this field you love so much.
Yeah, no, it's been really good. Been really proud of him and the whole team. So it's been really good to have the opportunity. It's been great that the University of Tasmania, the School of Engineering and ICT have supported this, which has been a way of enabling students from a bunch of different schools to come together and work on this robot together. So I guess, there's an element of finding their tribe there. Certainly students who want to go on with robotics. Plenty of schools are doing Lego robotics, which is great. And then this is sort of the next step on building these bigger robots and taking them to this even bigger competition.
Do you remember that feeling where you find other students who are into the same niche you are?
Yeah,
for the first
absolutely.
time? Wasn't that just a wondrous moment? How'd you go making friends?
Because you're an alliance of other two robots at the actual competition, you have to make friends with the other robots so you can work together as part of a team. So it's not just making friends within your own team here back at Tassie, but then you also have to be nice to your other teams so they will support you in the future if your robot breaks down or that kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
how do you decide who's in the Robot Alliance?
Well, it starts off with the ranking matches where you just want to get qualification points. And they will randomly select different teams, different robots for you to align with. And so one match, you'll be with two robots facing three more robots. And the next match, you might be teamed with some of those robots that you're just fighting. And you want to be nice to all of them in case your robot breaks down in the future. And then they want to help you.
And what happens to your robot now the competition's over?
Well, we plan to keep adding more to it. Like, we only had 6 weeks to build it. That's not much time for 6 students, a hand drill and a hacksaw.
No gaff tape?
Oh, a couple of cable ties.
Okay,
but,
great.
Yeah, we didn't have much time to do that, but now we have the rest of the year and we want to improve upon our robot and do some of the stuff that we thought of doing, but we just ran out of time.
It could end up leading the Christmas parade at this rate.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like it.
Driving our robot down the main street.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, I just thought there was something by the end of the year that you could have a goal on. How did Tasmania do in the competition, Rob?
Yeah, well, this team, I think they they punched above their weight. They came 12th in the rankings at the end of the qualifications out of 43 teams, including teams from the US, India, Singapore, Taiwan. Were competing there as well. And China sent a few teams. So so to compete in that level of competition was really good to sort of show what they'd been able to achieve in just that 6-week period. So that got them through to the finals phase of the regional event. They did really well there. They came up against the first ranked alliance, and that game was the highest scoring game of the entire tournament. So they had the highest losing score, if you like. So I thought that was really, really commendable.
And how much of a hard sell is it as a teacher to get young people involved in robotics and these kind of careers of the future? Yeah,
well, look, I mean, I guess in a sense the robotics is the vehicle for teaching the STEM. You might have heard of the STEM acronyms sort of been catching on.
Science, technology, engineering and maths?
Yeah, that's correct. And so really this is a way of using an engineering design challenge to make the science and the mathematics and the computing more meaningful. It's a vehicle for learning those skills, but it's also an immediate payoff for seeing why we've been studying those things. So I think that in itself is the motivating factor. That's why they're doing robotics in this particular competition, to get more students into those fields.
Can there be a big robotics future for this state?
I'd like to think so. We've certainly in educational robotics. I think we do really well in Tasmania. We've got people. We've sent plenty of robotics teams to various competitions around the world over the years. So I think we've got a lot of students who've been very keen on it, and it would be great to see that continue, and lots of amazing innovation done from those students when they become the professionals in the future. Hatching
any plans in the back shed at home between the two of you about what you might build as a father-son project?
Kind of. I mean, my dad did run a FRC team before us, but that didn't take off.
First robot competition, incidentally.
Yeah, and that robot is still sitting in his school office.
Ooh.
It's only the driving base now, so none of the top parts. And maybe we want to rebuild that again someday. That's been something he's been rambling on about for like a year now, and I'm kind of sick about him saying that.
You're just going to do it so that he stops talking about it. Yeah,
time to do it.
See, that just rewarded so many parents for their nagging, though. They know they'll wear you down eventually if they just keep going.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Congratulations, and thank you so much. Keep in touch if you've got more projects on the go, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love to get a video of your robot in action next time we can show people.
Sure.
That'd be nice. Thank you. Mitch and Rob Torok. Mitch was a competitor representing the state in the first robotics competition on the weekend, and Rob, his dad, who is a computer science and robotics teacher at Claremont, with you at 3:45 on ABC Local Radio.